Hurricane Milton hits Florida, leaving at least 12 people dead.
A solar storm could cause power problems across the country.
The National Parks has announced the winner of this year's Fat Bear contest.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Grace Grimes.
And I'm Avery Callens. Hurricane Milton is responsible for at least 12 deaths after making landfall in Florida last night. That number is expected to rise as rescue crews make their way through the state. Milton brought several tornadoes along with strong winds and a storm surge. CNN's Ivan Rodriguez has the latest on Milton's destruction.
This is the first time we've seen it this bad.
While all eyes were on Hurricane Milton's monstrous anticipated storm surge,
You can feel that tornado coming through.
a wave of fast-spawning tornadoes added to the storm's destructive impact in several cities.
We always prepare for the hurricanes. There's no way we could have predicted this type of tornadic activity.
At one point in St. Lucie County, 3 twisters hit the ground in less than 25 minutes, according to an analysis of National Weather Service data. Those tornadoes are blamed for several fatalities, a number that could rise as search crews continue to assess and clear damaged structures. Daylight hours Thursday are bringing the full scope of Milton's damage into focus. Some areas outside of the evacuation zones were not immune to the storm's fury.
We had people that evacuated here to make sure they were safe. These are people that live day to day, and they have nothing.
Some roads are still dangerous due to flooding, debris, and potential downlines. Do not risk it.
Milton's storm surge, though less than expected, still landed a powerful punch, with some areas seeing a surge of more than 5 feet over normal high tides. St. Petersburg experienced a 1 in 1,000 year rainfall, and Naples hitting their second highest watermark on record. Water rescue teams were busy overnight and throughout the day. As Milton moves out to sea off Florida's east coast, it leaves a storm-exhausted but optimistic state behind.
There's a lot of cleanup ahead of us, but we've done this before and we're going to do it again.
In St. Lucie County, Florida, I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
And while first responders work hard to rescue people from Hurricane Milton's destruction, they're also rescuing pets. Body cam video from a Florida trooper shows the moment he came across a dog tied to a fence. The trooper was able to untie the dog and get him into a boat. The Florida Department of Motor Vehicles confirmed the dog is in its custody and is safe and healthy.
And it's not just people in Florida helping hurricane victims. People all over the country are working to help people impacted by both storms. In Maryland, 2 brothers organized a donation drive to get supplies to North Carolina, still in shock after the devastation of Hurricane Helene. 10-year-old Jackson and 8-year-old Nicholas wanted to help because their dad is a fire captain who was deployed to assist with FEMA efforts after the hurricane hit. Someone else who's also offering a lot of help is pop star Taylor Swift. This week she donated $5 million to victims of Helene and Milton. The money will help communities rebuild and provide food and water. If you'd like to help hurricane victims, the American Red Cross is accepting donations now. You can find out how to contribute at their website, redcross.org, or by calling the number on your screen.
Gosh, Avery, the weather around here has been so wishy-washy lately.
I could not agree more. This morning I came out in a sweatshirt, and by the afternoon I needed a t-shirt.
Let's take it over to our weather anchor, Aaron Erie, to see what's in store for us tomorrow. Aaron?
It's still definitely a faux summer, Grace. It's very warm out right now, but as I move through this segment, I want you to pay attention to the wind speeds because that's going to be taking the edge off of this summer heat. This afternoon here in Denton, it's 88 degrees with a wind speed of 11 miles per hour, but as we move into the evening, the temperature will drop. It's going to be 74 degrees with a wind speed of 9 miles per hour. And then tomorrow it will warm up again and be 91 degrees with a wind speed of 13 miles per hour. So as we see, that wind speed keeps our feels-like temperature along with the actual temperature staying the same. So hopefully that can take some of the edge off of this summer for you. That's all I have for First Look. Back to you both at the desk.
Thanks, Aaron. So far, our dry fall hasn't produced much rain for the region. This week's drought monitors show expanding drought conditions across North Texas, with Denton and Collin counties under a moderate drought, with severe and extreme drought conditions being felt from the Red River to East Texas. Conditions have been worsening week after week. This doesn't spell good news for the upcoming bluebonnet season. The blooming period for bluebonnets are typically boosted by fall and winter rains, and this fall has been drier than usual, with just over 2 inches of rain collected at DFW. And with no rain in the upcoming forecast, we can continue to expect a dry October. Although the bluebonnet sadly may not bloom much this season, a different kind of flower will thrive. Positively North Texas segment anchor Grace Esquivel is in the studio with details on the Wildflower Art Studio. Grace?
That's right, Grace. Located on Locust Street is the Wildflower Art Studio, a creative space that hosts workshops, retreats, kids' art camps, and more. The Wildflower Art Studio is ran by an all-female staff of art instructors and event coordinators. ntTV's Lucy Ritchie met with the studio's owner and took a look at the classes being held this fall.
In a world where creativity meets community, there lies a humble art studio where people of all ages freely express themselves.
Tonight I am visiting a hidden gem in the heart of downtown Denton, the Wildflower Art Studio.
The Wildflower Art Studio is one of Denton's few art studios available to the public. To kick off their new fall classes they offer, this homey space has brought the community together by kindly opening their studio to an open house this past Saturday.
Yeah, we're just on a mission for everyone to be creative, and some people I think are maybe more naturally artistically inclined, and so our mission is just to, like, regardless of your education or your experience in the creative field, you're welcome here, and we hope to share creativity with you and send it out into our communities. We just really believe that it's a valuable tool for all of us.
Artist and entrepreneur Emily Stewart opened the Wildflower Art Studio 7 years ago and has curated a place for students, children, and adults to gather to express themselves creatively. This fall, they have launched a variety of classes including Intro to Stained Glass, Intro to Pottery, hand lettering, pottery date nights, as well as beginner's watercolor.
If I had to use one word to describe this place, aside from the obvious ones, I would use warmth. I think this place, again, like, cultivates creativity, but I do think that there's a warmth here that, again, like, we come from all walks of life, and for us to be able to enter a space and feel home and feel warm just kind of allows us the freedom to create even more. So.
No, it's great. I love the place. It is peaceful. It is cozy. It feels like home.
To say this place was a joyful experience is an understatement. The ambiance is welcoming, and they even let me paint a little bit. To learn more about the wonders of the Wildflower Art Studio and what services are available, you can visit their website at wildflowerartstudio.net.
The wildflower classes do seem really cool, but I am not a very artistic person. If art also isn't your thing, maybe the State Fair is more up your alley. Alexandria Teeters is live at Midway to check out some of the rides at the fair. Alexandria?
That's right, guys, and I'm here with Rusty Fitzgerald, the Senior Vice President of Midway Operations here at the State Fair of Texas, and he's going to give us some insider info on these rides that we all love. So are there any new rides or any new upgrades to rides that we should be excited for this year?
Yeah, well, on the Midway, we have 73 rides this year. 2 of them are brand new, and they're major rides. They're big rides. So we have one that's called the Kraken. Now, it's a pendulum type ride to swing you back and forth, spin around slowly, but it's going to swing you up 145 feet in the air. Now, if you see the Texas Star in the background, that's 212 feet, so we're going 3/4 of the way up. That's a long way up.
That is a long way up. And is there anything special going on for families?
Yeah, I mean, if you want a good deal on the Midway, come on Tuesdays. This coming Tuesday, we're going to have all the rides pretty much except for the low capacity rides, but most of them will be half price. So come on Tuesdays. Plus, if you come out on the Midway with your family, we have a bunch of games. We have 70 games on the Midway. Now, if you come with small kids, they all want to play. Look for these all kids win signs that are up here on the Midway. They're easy for them to win, and they will win, and they're going to come away with a nice size prize. That'll make everybody smile and make them happy.
All right. Well, just one more reason to bring the whole family out to the State Fair and have a great day. That's all I have for you guys right now. I'll see you later. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Alexandria. When we come back, we bring you updates from the campaign trail.
And our weather anchor, Erin Erie, will give us a look at a solar storm that could cause some issues as it heads south.
Hey UNT, the State Fair has finally arrived, so mark off your calendars, get your nicest cowboy hat, and join us here on Wednesday the 16th because we're going to be hosting 3 different live shows from the State Fair. Our 2 English shows will go live at noon and at 6 p.m., and our Spanish show will go live at 3:30. We'll be showing you some of the most iconic events as well as some behind-the-scenes action, so make sure you don't miss it. Come join us at the State Fair of Texas where the sight, sound, and flavors of Texas come alive on October 16th.
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out DATQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DATQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DATQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.datq.org to learn more. DATQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
New government data shows that inflation slowed down again last month. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Consumer Price Index was up 2.4% annually in September. That's roughly the same level as it was in 2017 and 2018. Although inflation continues to slow down, voters are still feeling uneasy about the economy. Recent polling finds say they trust Donald Trump over Vice President Kamala Harris on the economy by a slim margin. And a poll by the Harvard Center for American Political Studies found that a majority of voters believe the current economy is weak. With the national election in less than a month away, the race between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump is neck and neck. All efforts to reach voters are in play. On the national stage, one major broadcaster has offered airtime to both candidates. ntTV's Ben Wolf has more in tonight's Your Choice. Ben?
Thanks, Grace. Today, Vice President Kamala Harris accepted CNN's invite to a town hall on October 23rd. The event will take place in Pennsylvania and will be a public event for undecided voters. CNN proposed the event to both Vice President Harris and former President Trump. However, Trump has not accepted the invite and it appears he will not be attending. CNN and Fox previously proposed a debate between the 2 candidates, but Trump declined both offers, stating he won the previous 2 debates. And the Harris campaign is now accusing Trump of hiding from voters. Meanwhile, another hot race has gained national attention, the contest between Texas Senator Ted Cruz and Congressman Colin Allred. The 2 men are gearing up for their debate this coming Tuesday. It will be hosted by Dallas TV station WFAA and will be broadcast across the state. Ted Cruz, Republican, and Colin Allred, Democrat, are very different regarding policies on subjects like abortion. Allred is pushing for the restoration of Roe v. Wade, while Cruz has been a strong opponent of abortion. In other areas such as gun laws and the economy, the 2 are much less polarized. Along with WFAA, ntTV will be streaming the debate October 15th at 7 p.m. This will be the only Senate debate before the election. For now, back to the desk.
Well, Grace, if there's something that all Texans can agree on, it is that we are tired of this hot weather.
I know, I cannot handle this heat anymore, but I also heard that we might be able to see the northern lights here in Texas.
And I heard our weather anchor, Erin Erie, has more for us on this crazy phenomenon. Erin, what's going on?
Thanks, Avery, and you're right, this warm weather may affect more than just our temperatures. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration issued a severe solar storm watch for Thursday into Friday. The geomagnetic storm is headed towards Earth and could stress power grids as the East Coast recovers from severe weather these past 2 weeks. While the pressure is on for the power companies, we here in Texas may get a spectacular show. The northern lights might be visible from Northern California into the lower Midwest. Experts recommend getting mobile devices out to snap pictures of the sky, as cameras can often capture auroras that human eyes cannot. So with that solar storm in mind, let's take a look at our temperatures across North Texas, and as you can see, it is definitely affecting us. Warmest here in Graham, we're going to be somewhere between the range of 85 and 95. We see that 85 over here in Paris, but as we move into our state map, you can see that it is a little bit more stable. El Paso's at 91, Abilene and Austin are both at 94, and we have some cooler temperatures up in Oklahoma City, and then along with Shreveport, both at 87. Then as we move into our 7-day forecast, our weekend is going to be quite warm, and we're going to hit our high on Monday at 95, and those lows are going to be 69 and 71 through the weekend. But then we drop off on Tuesday for a low of 61, and then Wednesday we have 59, and then Thursday we're back up to 69. So those lows are going to affect our higher temperatures, where we should see just a little bit cooler weather at that time. That's all I have for weather. Back to you both at the desk.
Thanks, Erin. Avery, do you have any dinner plans tonight?
I do, but I'm looking for something a little bit more festive.
Well, you're in luck because our live reporter Ian Valderas is at the Union right now with a dinner you will not want to miss. Ian?
Thank you, too. And if you're looking to get in the Halloween spirit, then the Murder Mystery Dinner might just be for you. I'm here with Danielle Acutuno, the Special Programs Coordinator for the University Program Council. Danielle, what can you tell us about this event today?
This is a live dinner theater. We have professional actors coming in to have a live dinner theater presentation, a play, and they're going to grab people from the audience to become actors, as well as the rest of the audience is going to be guessing who the murderer is.
Well, that sounds really interesting. And whose idea was it for this mystery-themed dinner?
It was our last Special Programs Coordinator, Sky. They proposed this idea, and I went along with it, and I worked with my advisors and my team to make this happen, and I'm very excited for this event.
And what kind of food are you going to be serving here today?
We are serving turkey pinwheels, as well as mini cheesecakes and mini brownies, served with some fruit, with water and iced tea.
All right, thank you, Danielle. And that's going to do it for me today. Back to you at the desk.
Coming up, we will tell you about a major meat recall that could affect your fridge.
And the years-long fight over immigration heads back to the federal courtroom.
Craving something fresh, flavorful, and made just for you? Look no further than Avesta, your go-to destination for a delicious, full-service dining experience. Dive into our customizable omelets, expertly crafted by our talented cook Jonathan, who guarantees every bite is perfection. All our dishes are handmade, prepared with only the freshest ingredients. Explore our assembly line, where you can choose from any of our globally inspired dishes, or customize your plate. It's that easy. And let's not forget dessert. Indulge your sweet tooth with treats from Clark Bakery. With convenient payment methods including card or flex, it's the perfect dining spot for any occasion. Quench your thirst with our wide selection of drinks. Just hand your drinking card to our friendly waiter, and they'll bring your beverage of choice right to your table. When you're done savoring every last bite, our attentive staff will whisk away your tray. Enjoy the peaceful ambiance as you dine in, or use our takeout option for a meal on the go. Avesta.
While immigration itself is a hot-button issue this election season, there is another part of that story: the children who were brought here illegally and are now young adults. Dubbed the Dreamers, they are fighting efforts to deport them. Nearly 200 demonstrators gathered today outside of a federal courthouse in New Orleans where hearings went underway. The Biden administration is trying to shield them from efforts by Texas and 8 other Republican-dominated states trying to have them deported. More than 535,000 people with long-established lives in this country could be affected. After today's court proceedings, there was no indication on how the justices will vote. Immigration experts believe the case will end up at the U.S. Supreme Court.
Well, with Halloween just 3 weeks away, the festivities here in Denton just keep getting more and more exciting. I hear that Rubber Gloves is gearing up to put on a show. Our reporter Melanie Garcia is on the scene with more information. Melanie?
Thanks, Avery. The 4th annual Denton Palooza will be held right here at Rubber Gloves Rehearsal Studio here in Denton this Saturday. They will be showcasing a wide variety of local artists. Some of these artists include Aura, Daniel Markham, and the Riverboat Gamblers. The proceeds and benefits will go to the Denton Music and Arts Collab, the Art Room, and Leukemia Texas. For more information about the show, you can visit Denton.
Bruce Pack, a ready-to-eat meat producer, has recalled nearly 10 million pounds of meat and poultry products. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says that this routine testing found Listeria bacteria in products which were shipped to restaurants and other companies nationwide. The contaminated products were produced from June 19th to October 8th, so there is still a chance that they could be in your fridges or freezers. There have been no confirmed reports of illnesses, but it can take 10 weeks for symptoms to show up. Symptoms can include fever, muscle aches, confusion, or seizures. There was another Listeria outbreak related to the Boar's Head deli meat earlier this year. The CDC says it has been linked to 10 deaths and nearly 60 hospitalizations.
The final results are in for perhaps the second most important decision U.S. voters have to make. 128 Grazer that you see right here is the winner of the 2024 Fat Bear Week contest. 2 bears had a face-off in the wild this summer in California in southern Alaska's Katmai National Park and Preserve. This annual contest has been going on for a decade and is sponsored by the national parks. Officials say they do this to boost awareness about the state's wild brown bears. More than 1 million voters were tallied through the explore.org during the week-long competition.
Hey Grace, isn't there something going on this weekend?
Avery, how do you not know about one of the biggest college football games this weekend, the Red River Rivalry, Boomer Sooner?
Yes, I'm a little bit more concerned about the State Fair of Texas dog show, but let's go ahead and toss it over to our sports anchor, John Phillips, to see what's going on in the real sports world. John?
Thanks, guys. There's a lot for sports fans in Texas to be excited about, with the Stars opening their season and the Red River Rivalry taking place this weekend. After the break, I'll have more on those and the WNBA Finals.
Onto the depths of ntTV studios. Something special is brewing just for you.
Hey ghouls and goblins, ntTV News is having a special Halloween segment this October 31st. We're also covering 31 days of Halloween in Denton. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be spooktacular.
Has this ever happened to you?
My bike is gone.
Stolen bikes are an epidemic sweeping college campuses across America.
What am I supposed to do?
It's quite simple. The We Mean Green Fund has partnered with the UNT Police Department to offer free bike locks to any UNT student with a bike. Just show up with your bike in tow and ask.
Now I'll never lose my bike ever again.
Enough worrying. Get your bike lock today.
When the State Fair is in town, many people's minds go to the good food or the fun rides, but mine go straight to the Red River rivalry. And this weekend, we are getting the first installment of this classic rivalry in the SEC. Texas has looked great this year, even with starting quarterback Quinn Ewers missing time. And with him returning this week and OU missing their leading receiver, Deion Burks, I definitely would put my money on the Longhorns to win this game and extend the series lead to 64 games to 51. But that's not the only big game happening in Texas this week, as the Dallas Stars kick off their season against the Nashville Predators tonight at 7 p.m. The Stars lost a key veteran in Joe Pavelski, but they still have expectations of lifting the Stanley Cup this season after making the Western Conference Finals last year. Young stars like Wyatt Johnston and Logan Stankoven are expected to take big jumps this year. But the Predators added some big names this offseason with Steven Stamkos and Jonathan Marchessault, but the Stars are still favorites for this game, especially after last year they beat the Predators 9-2. Tonight is a busy, busy night for sports, with the Stars opening their season and the WNBA Finals both happening at 7 p.m. And if you look at the teams playing, you might be surprised to not see the Las Vegas Aces in the finals yet again, but the New York Liberty took down the back-to-back champs, with Sabrina Ionescu finally playing up to expectations in the postseason. And on the other side of the bracket, for the first time since one of the greatest dynasties in WNBA history ended, the Minnesota Lynx are back to the biggest stage, looking to set the record for WNBA titles. I can't wait to see the series play out, and both teams will be great champs, but I have to pick New York to win it all this year. Back to you guys at the desk.
Wow, Avery, there's just so much excitement happening this weekend. I cannot choose which event to go to.
Well, you know where I'll be.
Let me guess, you'll be at the State Fair of Texas.
Of course! Let's go ahead and take it back to Alexandria at the State Fair of Texas to see what we can look forward to. Alexandria?
That's right, guys. Well, I've been playing some games, and it turns out I'm pretty good. But Rusty told me earlier that apparently if you bring your kids, all kids win a prize no matter how good they do on the game, so no worries about that. I'm going to keep playing some games, get some turkey legs, so I'll throw it back to y'all at the desk.
OMG, I am so jealous.
I know, me too. I love going to the fair, and I definitely want to win one of those games.
Yes. Thank you guys for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again next week here on North Texas Television.